Hey guys.
Okay.
We're just waiting here for a bird. I wanted to bring up a conversation from last session, actually. We were talking about whether or not belief, like you can choose your own beliefs, right?
Oh, yeah.
And like, what did you say about, you said that, oh, here he comes. You said that you didn't think that we could, or that you did think that we could choose our own beliefs?
I said I think we have the capacity to choose.
Okay.
Well, I also think
that seems like that's how we're supposed to do it, though. That does feel like pretty right. I just didn't have the time.
I feel like maybe you should try the frog. Because you get a little closer.
What's the frog gonna do? You have to hit him with a hat, man.
That's right, because you can't.
Yeah.
You can't jump out and throw in enough time. Yeah. Just get better.
I guess.
I guess spot will be too hard.
Where should we go then? Because I don't know anywhere else to do it at.
That's why I said, Deb, observe.
Sparking bird flying in the fog around the island. Capture the wind, goom on top of the bridge, wait for the bird to fly by. Just keep flying to chase it. You get a pyro when you catch the bird. Oh, you don't have to actually, you can just touch it as the Goomba?
God damn it, McLaughlin.
Blame everything on McLaughlin. McLaughlin's banned. Oh, wait.
What are you doing?
Okay, anyway, okay. Belief, right? You said that you think that you could change belief, that you couldn't. What was your opinion in the end? You could change belief. Okay.
Yeah, like it's not completely innate.
Well, no, I'm not saying the belief is innate. I'm not saying that you can't have your mind changed by sufficient argument, or like you get convinced by something. I'm saying, do you think that you can just arbitrarily change your belief, what you believe in?
No, at the top, not like a snap of your fingers. No, it's something that's gradual.
Sometimes not. Because like,
well, okay.
Well, no,
it's sometimes gradual and it's sometimes trauma based.
Well, it's like what I mean. Like a sufficient argument can make you change your mind on a snap of fingers. You're like, oh, that convinced me. And then you have a different idea on what's going on.
I find that argument, unless you were completely 100% logical, which is essentially impossible in a human being, because we are dictated by logic and emotion, because emotion gives the coloring to it.
Yeah.
That you don't. Even if you agree, you're not necessarily 100% turned over on the spot. I don't think that's possible.
I think sometimes you can be. I think a radical change of mind can happen with like a sufficiently convincing argument. That's the point of a sufficiently convincing argument.
Okay, give me an example.
Hold on. I don't want to fuck this up. Come here, you fucking... Yes! That's all we had to do. That's all we had to fucking do. That's all we had to fucking do.
You know what this is? This is Yoshi. Remember the band McLaughlin 2?
Yeah. Okay, where's the final moon?
What do you mean, Dev? You already got...
No, we're not done yet.
I know. That's why you talk it to. Okay.
Moon 17. Okay, I'll go talk to.
The blue moon.
Anyway, no, consider this. Actually, wait, I'll talk to you first before we actually start this conversation, because it might be a little bit lengthy. Hey, buddy.
Found with Cap Kingdom art.
Oh yeah, that art thing over here. This puzzle. Okay, here, consider this. Okay.
For your perusal.
You obviously believe, I'm going to use a very simple example here. You obviously believe that 1 + 1 = 2, right?
Yep.
Can you change that belief?
That one, I wouldn't say, not so much. Okay. Okay, so these are generally supposed to be people. But
Think so?
What the? Yeah, that's what they usually are. That's what they represent. It's another kingdom that counts for here.
Oh, really? That's
okay, so
terrible.
there's a bunch of people standing in a line, so we got to find a character that's mostly blue with a little bit of green in their makeup. It might be like
a headband,
or it might be the sunglasses of those Easter Island dudes.
Okay, what kingdoms? Don't bother saying that. I'll just move on to the next kingdom, I guess. Anyway, we'll come back and get it if we have to.
Wait,
anyway,
isn't there another one still?
No, that was it.
That was the last one?
Yeah.
Okay.
You get it in a different kingdom, but it counts for this world.
I thought you said there was 3 and we only did the 1.
No. And be considered crazy. Yeah. No, man, let's see, lists. There's only one. Found with Cap Kingdom Art.
Yeah.
Everything else is done.
Okay.
Get them all.
Cool.
Anyway, guys, my argument is that can you actually, you know, it doesn't matter that 1 + 1 = 2 is the truth, because we're not talking about truth, we're talking about belief.
Yeah.
It's two different things. You obviously believe that 1 + 1 = 2, and I assume that you believe it because it is the truth, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter if it's the truth or not.
I mean, if someone tried to tell me 1 to the power 1 is 2, I'd say you're kind of an idiot.
It's on the space colony arc. But I guess the point I'm trying to make, though, Dave, is that take truth out of the equation. Can you convince yourself? Can a sufficiently advanced argument change your belief, or can you, through force of will, change your own belief to believe in something that is obviously false? Now you would say, well, that's just religion, and I mean maybe so, but you don't actually empirically know that God doesn't exist, so you can't use that. Like it's probably pretty clear that God doesn't exist in the end.
Depends on your definition of God.
But there's no proof of that, so you can't like 1 + 1 = 2 is a more objective fact than God doesn't exist.
God says, I never thought of that, and vanishes in a puff of logic.
There's a moon rock. Okay, let's go get it.
Belief
Requires a lack of doubt and an idea. You can choose to believe something that doesn't remove the doubts from your... Oh, I just ran off the reg while reading the chat.
I doubt that Dev's good at this game.
Do you?
Yes. And there's evidence to back it up.
Maybe a little bit. Yeah, like that whole bit, like once you start talking about objective truths and whether or not you can force yourself to not believe in them, that's when you start to realize that maybe what I believe can't necessarily be controlled that easily. Maybe you do simply believe the things that you believe. And because you have been convinced by them. Your beliefs can change, but that might not be a process you have any control over. You know what else I noticed?
What?
That whenever Mario's wearing Cappy, it's like he has Cappy's asshole stretched over his head.
That's disgusting. Anyways.
Which conversation do you prefer?
The first one.
You don't want to talk about Cappy's stretched ass?
No. I'd rather talk about relativistic thinking. Good God. Oh, how about that? There's a moon just sitting there waiting for you.
I'm going to go for it. Oh, no, I can't go for it.
No, you can't, because you're just bad. Well, just talk to the birdman. Why don't you use... Yeah, just do that. Jump and cap.
Okay, I'll do that. Do you like how I can go from, like, actual interesting conversations to, like, that shit? Cappy's asshole stretched over his head.
God, shut up.
Okay. No, fuck.
Nah,
how do I do this? There's like a pretty insane series of jumps. Like, how do you dive in the air, by the way? Oh, it's like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can like, okay, here you can like, okay, you throw the hat, then you throw the hat, and then you like
gotta hold.
bounce on. Then you can also dive, and then like.
You gotta hold Y to keep it there, dude.
I think the dive button is also. True subjective reality is a lie. Thanks, postmodernist.
There's Dev. Also pastiche.
Okay, how do you dive again? It's in the air, Y, and... Okay. Cap, jump. Hold the cap throw button, then press crouch, and do a mid-air dive. Okay. I can't really do that. Like, I don't even think I have the fucking skill to get up there. Which sucks, by the way. Jump, crouch. Press jump.
Well, Dev, you gotta throw him and hold the button down.
Okay. It's held. There, it's right there.
Yeah.
Now Wait, I was holding it. Why didn't you stay there? Stay there, Cappy.
I think if you move too far away from him...
No, it just came back by itself.
All right, well, just...
You see, eventually goes back. Okay. Hold the cat throw button.
Jump
press
on
crouch,
him.
and do a midair jump. Okay.
Yeah, jump on him, crouch and dot. Oh, yeah, okay. So you're just not...
No, I didn't get this time.
It's too far.
I've seen people do it on YouTube. They can jump like absurdly long distance when they do it right.
Oh, it's kind of like the Salt and Sanctuary jump.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, it's just not...
Press crouch. No, because the dive button in midair is the Y button.
Like that, but faster.
There's a pipe here anyway. You know what? I found it.
How about that?
I'm sure this is just it.
Well, it's good practice. It's good practice.
I'm a postmodernist modern post-it note. That's pretty good, man.
Cheapers.
What do you mean?
Fuck, he's up there, Baudelaire.
Oh. What do you think of the idea, I guess we'll just kind of keep going with the style of conversation. What do you think of the idea that morality has some basis in biology? That the reason that people are moral is not because we've developed a moral society, but because it's actually in our nature to be moral, at least on some level.
Innate morality?
Yeah.
I guess it depends on how sociopathic you are.
No, I mean, not in terms of individuals, in terms of like a species thing.
Yeah. I haven't considered that before.
Oh. Like, there's obvious like examples of altruism in like lesser advanced species, right? Like you get like various mammals who.
Yeah, but altruism could be seen as it can also be selfishly motivated.
Oh yeah, but like you have like animals who will like get poisoned by something, and in their dying breaths they will like scream at other animals, not only to come and help them, which they can't do anyway, but to tell them to avoid the poisonous whatever it was. Yeah. And like that, like you could say, okay, well maybe it's just like of course it is altruism because it does help without having any kind of actual.
Have you missed some of the spikies?
Oh, whatever. It does help with any kind of actual you know.
Wow, Dad.
No. It helps the other animals without doing anything good for the actual poisoned animal. But there is the argument to say, it's just an animal screaming in pain. Like it doesn't fucking know. And okay, maybe you could say that. But I remember reading a study. It was
What was it on?
What
animals were they talking about? It depends on the complexity.
Well, in this
of the
case, it was a rat, and it was a neuroscientist.
So it's a mammal.
Yes.
All right, so it's a higher life form.
Might be a kill everything room. Okay, I'll get.
Yeah,
some,
it definitely looked like a kill everything room.
Okay.
You probably have to kill him with dinosaur.
No. I was gonna get him up there.
Dino.
But anyway, no, the study. I forget who it was. It was made by like an Asian guy, and he was studying like behavior in rats because that's a very easy way to study behavior.
Yeah,
in mammals.
rats and mice.
And he realized that young rats like to roughhouse, and that's normal among mammals. Like human, especially like young male rats, like young human males like to roughhouse.
Yeah, that's
young
the
human
they do there.
Young human chimpanzees like to roughhouse.
Young human?
Sorry. Young chimpanzees like to roughhouse. Young apes like to roughhouse. Dogs like to roughhouse, which you obviously know. If you've ever had a dog, you know.
I think it hit his head. Yeah.
That whenever a dog is going to approach you, they're not usually going to bite you and kill you. They want you to they want you to smack them so that they can pretend to bite you. It's roughhousing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Oh, I think that's the last guy.
There's an area. Oh, where?
Right there.
Okay.
Or is it?
Gotcha. No. Oh, it's
okay, so there's so the last one there.
Yeah.
And then
so
you notice there's two levels.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go down there after. But no, like these rats like to roughhouse, and that's a completely natural thing. But what they realize is that a difference in more than 10% of body mass between two individual young rats is enough that one rat will win the fight all the time. And so this does actually establish a dominance hierarchy, like the alpha mat and the beta mat rats. The alpha rats and the beta rats.
You're trying to say male and rat, aren't you?
Yeah, I was. So
no, it's Matt. It's Matt Pat.
for a long time.
Oh, there it is.
For a long time.
Maybe there's 3 of them here.
I don't think so. I think it's just 2.
Really?
Yeah. For a long time, biologists would say like, oh, okay, well they obviously they
No, there's
play.
3. Check it out. Because there's the two. Look up in the air above that other.
Where? Nothing's up there. There's only 2 in here, man.
You just got 3.
I had one from outside already.
Really? Because you got one there, you got one down there, and then you came back up, and there's another one.
No, Dave. The one that I got down there moved up there. You had to get it in a time period.
Oh fuck, that's why. Okay, never mind.
Cappy will tell you if there's any left. Okay, yeah. We'll try. We'll just come back in. But no, these. So there's this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
There's
Strange that there's 2 trampolines like that.
Oh well, whatever. There's these dominance hierarchies of alpha and beta, of alpha and beta.
Alpha and Bill?
and beta. Alpha.
Would you just think more before you
Alpha
speak?
and beta rats. There's playing these roughhousing games establishes this hierarchy. But the thing with rats is that, and also the thing with humans and dogs and everyone else, is they don't only play once to establish the hierarchy and they stop. They play many, many, many times. Yeah. And then this researcher, I forget, was his name Wu? Like I forget his name. It was a Chinese guy. He realized.
Wu sounds. It actually sounds.
Brianna Wu. No.
But no. I could have sworn I read a behavioral study by someone named
That's
Wu.
possible. Anyway.
Okay. It's a Chinese guy named Wu.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's like 1,000 studies.
There's a few of them, I'm sure. Yeah.
Alpha and Bill's Beta Adventure.
But anyway, these get out of here. Fuck off. Get into a fight now over it. But no,
the Beta Boys.
The Beta Boys. This hierarchy would be established, but they would still play these roughhousing games, and they realized that they didn't do it for dominance; they did it for fun. However, because of the size differential, the alpha rat would always win.
Yeah.
And what this guy also realized is that if the alpha rat didn't let the beta rat win at least 30% of the time, the beta rat would stop asking to play to roughhouse with him.
Yeah.
Because, and now you think about it, it's like, well, that's not really a big deal. That's actually a really big fucking deal, because it means that rats, even young rats from birth, have like an innate sense of fair play, and fair play is part of.
Well, they have to, because otherwise they don't get played with.
But still though, they have an innate sense of fair play, and fair play. Okay, I'll check it out. Yeah, fair play is part of morality. So that's
sportsmanship. Yeah,
that's a big deal, because it tells us that there is, at the very least, either there is some biological basis, at least in mammals, for a basic sense of morality, or that just the act of socializing with one's other species, no matter what species you are and who you're socializing with, generates some kind of sense of fair play, which would also be morality. So at that point, it's like, if you're alive, the state of living will give you a morality, or it's built into your DNA.
Okay, but I'm going to place another potential. I'm going to place another potential in that it could also be a selfishness, because if they don't have someone to play with, then they actually lose out. They lose out of capacity to exercise and to improve their emotional health, because they do have emotions, not really complex ones, but they're simplistic ones.
Yeah.
At the very least, it works against their instinct to have that kind of activity, because otherwise they get bored. That's why there's the rats with the cocaine and stuff. They just, because they didn't have activity other than just doing blow, they got really ennui based. They were just insanely bored and listless.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, so that's the counter argument, basically, is that it in fact it is. Organisms can also just be selfish, and it can just merely have the illusion of altruism.
Well, I didn't say altruism. I said morality. Those are two different things.
Okay. Either way, what I mean is it still give an illusion.
Yeah, I guess.
And I hate saying this stuff because I tend to believe more what they're saying about the the fair play and like that. I'd like to believe that at the very least. But you gotta look. I mean, well, it's like the whole thing with religion. I mean, you gave me shit for talking about religion, like kind of being like scoffing. But you're right, and you have to consider both potential angles, and like the angle of like that fucker. Yeah, Oh, there's nothing left. Okay.
Yeah.
This is cool. It's like playing pool.
Well, there has to be another one down.
No, there
here.
is another one.
Yeah. There's an extra room in here, but I didn't see it. Here it is.
How about that?
How about that? I found the extra room.
All right. This is where Devo works on his. Nope. Gotta hit him with that guy.
It's gotta be like.
Oh, Dev.
No, you have to, because if you just hit him straight on or hit him this way, he'll go the other way, man. Like, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, I know.
It has to be like this, but like enough to hit him, but then also enough to hit him on the other side. Like, this is some complicated ass pool.
How far can that guy go?
Did it.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
boy.
like you gotta work on getting your geometry.
Very
that's the
nice
thing.
shot with the tam channel.
I'd say there's some people that are really good at pool just by instinct, and there's some people that are good at pool just because they're really good at geometry.
Yeah. What time are we at?
Oh, we're overtime at this point.
Okay.
Okay.
Is
Well,
the animal use of the animals are invulnerable to damage? Maybe.
Oh,
Maybe.
God.
But that's another moral question because like, can you abuse someone or something's rights if it doesn't damage them? And then it's like, well, probably not. Like, it still seems immoral.
Okay. Well, next time more moral conundrums.
But Dave, what about the morality of stretching Cappy's asshole from Mario's head?
Oh God! Shut up!